Hey guys, it's Graham. What's cracking? Let's talk about A Case in Oak Haven by Jacob Westbrook. Graham, what is this? It is an independent novel. It is a 1930s to 40s era independent sleuth mystery. I said independent twice, I meant it in different contexts. It's short, it's accessible, it's a good, charming little cozy small town mystery set in a specific time and in a specific place. One thing that I've gained an appreciation for over the last several years is artists who are very passionate about their crafts, their hobbies, and artists that go on to have success. There's a very specific niche that Jake Westbrook fills, and I first came across his work on YouTube about 5 or 6 years ago when I found his playlists. He does these vintage music playlists based on a particular holiday or maybe a particular event or season or whatever. He'll have one for, a morning coffee vintage music playlist or a back to school vintage music playlist. He's got the big holidays on lockdown. He's got some really great Thanksgiving ones, Halloween music, Christmas music, obviously. He's also got a winter playlist that is specifically not Christmas. This guy is very well versed in the artists who produced music back in the 30s and 40s, and he's able to curate these hour-long playlists in most cases that'll suit an event or a mood. Now, the thing with music on YouTube, especially music that was ever at any time owned by a label, is that it's very easy to run afoul of DMCA stuff. And I think he did a couple of times, and he ended up, his channel didn't get shut down, but I guess it got locked or something, and he wasn't able to put up new videos. Something had to happen, and he took a few years off. And in recent years, as I was looking at channels I was subscribed to, I was culling stuff. I was like, well, I think I'll just unsub from Jake. He was around 80 or 90 subs, or 80 or 90,000 subs. It's I'll just unsub because I've been able to find a lot of the artists that he would use. Obviously, Bing Crosby popped up here and there, but there were others. And, if I ever need his videos, I know where to find them, but I was just trying to thin out the list. Now, he and his brother McLean also ran a show that was, it had a much smaller following. They had about 6,000 subs, called Yesterday Today. And it was a mixture of music as well as old-timey radio shows, Fibber McGee and Molly. There were some others. And they do the same thing. They would curate them around specific events. Their most recent series was kind of a summertime road trip. We're going to this place. We're going to that place. We've got radio shows about Waukegan, Illinois, about Moab, Utah, or I think they had one in Blanding, Utah. And there was a Fibber McGee episode about uranium mining in Utah. They would do fun things with them. They would record their own bumpers. They would play like they were running a radio station, and they had a janitor guy. I can't remember his name. It's been so long. There was the janitor, there was the producer, there was the producer's daughter. The nerdy janitor guy married the producer's daughter. The producer wanted to kill the janitor guy because he's nobody's going to marry my daughter. It was hokey, but it wasn't cringy. It was earnest. And I liked that. And it was also kind of comforting to have this once a week show. It usually came up right when I was getting off of my Saturday route. Listened to it on the drive home. And it was nice. It was pleasant. It was a throwback. It was wholesome. It was all of those things. Anyway, what am I getting to with all of this? The point of it is that Jake and McLean, but specifically Jake, they're aficionados of this. They're very well versed in it. And Jake drew heavily on all of that experience that he has with this era of music and radio productions to create this independent novel about a sleuth named Nelson who stops off in a small town called Oak Haven in the Northeast, up in New England. And because of necessity and opportunity, he's able to take on a case trying to solve some disappearances in this town. And as he pulls on a thread, it does the classical thing. It unravels. He makes some friends along the way. He makes some enemies along the way. He ends up kind of embedding himself in this local brouhaha surrounding a bad construction contract and some fatalities, and it all comes together at the end. He's able to solve the case as you might expect, but the plot of it is not necessarily what you show up for. There's moments of tension and surprise and excitement and all of that. But this book, it's like a Norman Rockwell painting that you would read. The clothing, the car, the diners, the lifestyle. It's all there to transport you to an aesthetically beautiful time. And I feel like that's really what he was trying to capture with this novel. I don't know if he's written more, if he's going to do more or whatever, but I mentioned all of this because about a year ago, Yesterday Today, kind of like they didn't go off the air, as it were. They just stopped uploading new episodes to YouTube. September of last year was when they stopped, and they don't have like their contact information or anything readily available, so I didn't email them and bug them. I just figured maybe life got busy, maybe they weren't getting enough traction on it, maybe they ran out of material, I don't know. Well, Yesterday Today uploaded recently a segment of an interview that the Westbrook brothers did on another podcast, and I gave that a listen. Found out that McLean is getting more into video and sports broadcasting, and Jacob is back to uploading music playlists on his main channel, and he's got up to 120,000 subs now. The channel kept growing even without him being able to upload new videos on it. I'm guessing he got the copyright stuff squared away, and he's back to doing what he is really good at, and that is sharing this era of music and radio that he's very passionate about. And I love that. It's niche. It's not going to be for everybody, but at the same time, it's beautiful. It's wholesome, and you can tell that there's just a lot of love that goes into all of this. So check the link in the description for his book and his channel, and you can go down this little rabbit hole of comfort listens that I like to enjoy from time to time. I read the book. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. It was good. It was cozy. It reminded me of the 372 Pages podcast when they decided to take on like a cozy quilter murder mystery romance, and that one was really cheesy, and they made fun of it, but at the same time they enjoyed it. This one, it wasn't the one that I would make fun of. It was just one that I would enjoy. There are no sharp edges to it. It does what it sets out to do, and it does it well. So check out A Case in Oakhaven by Jacob Westbrook. You can also check out his YouTube channel for his music, and if I find out where to dig into McLean's most recent work, I'll put that there as well. Oh, geez, final note. I almost forgot to mention this. There's a short story that I wrote for an anthology last year that didn't get accepted, so I posted it up on Substack. You guys might remember. It's that one where the guy is basically a space trucker on a newly terraformed planet. He's a member of the Unican Logistics Corps or something like that. It's a like merchant marines, but in space on other planets, driving convoys over land. When I was developing that character, the driver, I thought it would be cool if he was an old Earth throwback type, even though the story was set like 150 years in the future. The guy listens to old Earth recordings all the time, and while it didn't really come up in the story, in my head, the guy was also a fan of early 20th century radio. And so that's why the character was named Jacob McLean. So shout out to the Westbrook brothers. You got fans out there, and I hope you keep doing what you do, because you're both really good at it. All right, everybody drive safe. See you out there.